goes down a cold sick.
Wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
And the other weird thing I was reading, when you're singing like big Italian arias, you don't have as much control over what comes out as I thought.
Your diaphragm's doing all sorts of crazy things to get to the note. I mean, it really is. It's very strange when you're out on stage and you feel, you know, indigestion or like I shouldn't have eaten that Subway sandwich before I went on stage or that 38-ounce Mountain Dew. I've burped on stage before, like in the middle of a note. I have had. It was. Yeah, it's always the big Italian numbers. It really is. I do songs in English too, but it's always the really kind of romantic, grand songs that you just feel it coming. It's going up, and you're thinking, God, if you get me through it, I promise you, I'll never. No, there it is. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Can you disguise it in any way, or you just gonna make a...
If I could disguise it, they probably wouldn't be paying me very much to sing it. So if they couldn't tell the difference between my burp and one of my notes, then I probably wouldn't have been there to begin with. Yeah.
So this is out on the 25th of February.
Yes.
And there's a new single, Brave.
Yes.
On the 25th of February also.
Yes. 2 days before my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Happy birthday for then.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll remember to text you.
Yeah.
Now, we associate with covers, but this album is all new stuff.
A lot of it is original material.
And you've written a lot of the stuff.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I did a lot of writing. Unexpectedly, but I did.
What do you mean unexpectedly?
Well, because, you know, it's one of those things where I just, first and foremost, I like to sing songs, I like to interpret songs, and I think to myself, okay, well, if I write songs, great, but really I just want the best songs possible on the record. But 2 in the morning, I always kind of go to the piano, and the piano is kind of like a journal for me. I kind of sit down and come up with melodies and sing gibberish, and eventually they turn into songs.
Well, now, you're not the only musician on the couch this evening.
Really?
Because both your fellow guests have topped the charts.
Chart toppers here.
Yeah,
today.
two of them.
Yeah.
Now, and you know, if they top the charts, those songs were good.
Yeah. So that makes 2 of us in this country. Yeah.
So, if you were going to cover one of the tracks, which one would you choose? Would you choose a bit of Frank? Here's Frank with 3 lines. I love it. You see? It's so good.
Yes.
That's quite a lot, right? Yeah, we get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a lot of it. Or would you choose a bit of Billie?
I've been missing you. I should be kissing you. Honey to the beat.
That is beautiful. That's enough. That's enough. I mean, I don't mean that's enough.
One of the better ones.
Yeah.
Can I say I've had sex to both of those tracks?
Would you Groban up a bit?
I think out of the 2, though, the most baby-making potential is Honey to the Bee. I have to say.
I've got some lyrics. Do you want some lyrics? I've got some lyrics.
That's how you know a hit is. You've got the hook immediately when you hear it.
Oh, close your eyes, Billie. Close your eyes. This is Josh Groban interpreting Honey to the Bee.
Honey to the bee, that's you. I don't even classical. Honey to the bee, that's you for me.
Josh Groban, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. And actually, do you know, there is more of a musical connection. Do you know the musical connection between the 2 of you yourselves?
I've heard about this today. Well,
No.
Do you not know the
we
connection?
have beef. Bad blood.
Yeah. You shouldn't like Billie.
Oh, did you knock us off number 1?
Yes.
You did?
I did. I'd forgotten that. Have you forgotten that?
We knocked
Because we want to. It was because we want to. It was your first single.
Yeah, it's my first
And you
single.
just went, yeah, get out of it. But it helped that England got kicked out.
Yeah,
It might have been a different story.
That's it. Yeah, when we knocked Gina G off the first time.
Who are just a little
It was a
bit.
great year.
It was a really good
And the Fugees we knocked off. That's a pretty good...
Oh, God, that is good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
So how many weeks were you there?
Well,
4, wasn't it?
we brought the same song out twice,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
We just changed it. And we went number 1 again. At that time, well, the first single went to number 1, and then it dropped, and then it went back to number 1. And apparently we were only the 3rd acts that have ever done that. The other ones was the Beatles and Mr. Blobby.
And Billie, is it true you're
Those
not
were
proud?
our golden days.
I know.
marvellous.
But is it true you're not proud of your musical legacy?
Oh no, I'm not proud. I just don't like to think about it.
Have your kids heard your records?
Not yet.
Because
no.
I imagine kids would love Because I Want To.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. There'll be plenty of time for that.
You can sing it at all their birthday parties.
And I will.
It's mummy time! Not again.
Lonely days in the country. Sing your heart out.
Me and David Baddiel were at a party once, and they played Three Lions so loudly that the neighbours came round, and the neighbours came round to complain, and me and Dave went to the door. And they were really confused. Oh, it's live.
But now, Billie Piper, you know, established, respected actor now, but oddly, it was kind of acting that got you into pop music, because you used to do ads.
Yeah, I used to do loads of commercials as a kid.
And then what happened? A producer saw you in an ad?
We were, like, relaunching the Smash Hits magazine, and I became, like, the poster girl for that. And we did a few commercials, and then I was on the front of Music Week magazine. And this guy, not any guy, Hugh Goldsmith, who was still a friend of mine, came to find me at school, which sounds dodgy. And
It was a different time.
and asked me if I'd consider doing a demo tape.
Let it all out, Billie. Let it all out. You're in a safe place.
And that was that.
So we've got...
Weren't you 15 or something?
I was 14 then.
Wow.
But this is the ad that he saw, and I thought, I can make that girl a star.
Smash Hits, 100% pure pop.
It's like time has stood still. Here you are, and the Spice Girls are still going. It's amazing.
I know.
Was basketball tuba a thing then? Like, what's...
In England, that was massive.
Was that a big thing?
It is an incredible journey. So, like, that's the beginning. And now, at the National Theatre, getting reviews... But, like, not just at the National... Getting reviews that it's like you wrote them yourself. The play is called The Effect.
Yes.
So, tell us something about it.
OK, well, The Effect, I mean, there's obviously loads going on, as there always is in plays, but, I mean, the shape of it is two people, a guy and a girl, sign up to do this drug trial. They're trialling the latest antidepressant drug. And throughout the course of the trial, they kind of fall desperately in love with each other, but they can't define whether it's, you know, the effects of the drug or genuine love. I mean, that's it in its shape. It's quite heavy.
And obviously, you're at the National, so you're on a break at the moment.
Yeah, because it's in reps, so we share the stage with maybe 2 other productions, which means you get these enormous kind of, you know, periods of time off.
Is it going to be weird going back?
Yeah. It's one of those things you wake up in the middle of the night and, you know, desperately scrabble around for your script, feeling like it's kind of lost itself somewhere in all the heady Christmas festivities, you know?
I think it shuts down.
Now, that's an actress. Did you see that? That was beautifully done. Beautifully done.
That's a lyric.
Oh, the festivities.
Winter Wonderland.
But it's on at the Coliseo at the National until the 23rd of February. And now, later this year, I hear a rumour that Rose might be making a return because it's Doctor Who's 50th anniversary.
Yeah. No.
I heard that rumour. It is not true. No, did you hear that rumour?
I did.
Were you asked? Were you asked?
No. No, I wasn't asked, no. I think Matt Smith may have said in, you know, passing or in jest, you know, it would be nice. I think maybe he said that and then that kind of became something quite different. But no.
If there's a sour look at the end of the couch, it's because Frank will not be taking part in the Doctor Who 50th celebrations.
I won't.
Why?
Because, slightly pathetically, I love Doctor Who.
You do?
In fact, when I met Billie backstage, we hugged and I felt myself just saying, Rose. So I can only apologise.
I heard that.
Oh, you heard it? really say it?
Very loud.
Oh, sorry. That's excitement.
Rose.
Oh, it was brilliant. And yeah, so I said to my manager, do you think you could get me a part in Doctor Who? And I said, I don't mean like a big part. I'll be a monster. I'll be a lunar rock. But I really would love to be able to say to my grandchildren I was in Doctor Who. And he said, oh, sure, it won't be a problem. So he got in touch and he got an email back that said, from one of the senior people saying, oh, I'm really happy to hear that that's a thing that Frank would like to do. Somehow the end of the email seems to have been cut off. So, no, they don't.
Sad.
Yeah. I would have done anything.
Well,
Maybe a producer will come to your school and
Yeah.
say, hey.
That could happen.
And now, talking of stage, you met your lovely husband on stage.
I did.
Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Now, were you playing lovers?
Yeah, I dumped him every night on the show, which is really quite sad. Yeah. But we made it through.
Oh, and I think
Yeah.
we've got a lovely picture of you and your husband. Where is it now? Where's the nice picture? There we go.
That was a good night. That's how it started.
So that's the poster for his play, and
It's a perfect stance. Look how smug he looks.
yeah, he does look like
He
he's
looks
like,
really-
yeah,
It
go
made
on.
such sense.
Let's stop looking at it. It's becoming quite creepy and wrong. We should stop.
If you ever dump him, will you start by saying, do you remember that time in that play when I dumped you? Guess what? You could use the same lines. Oh,
I
that'd be
know.
cruel.
Oh, dig it out.
Yeah, just pass me the script.
This.
I dumped someone by text at once, and I did it as if it was the end of a game show.
Oh my God.
So I sort of said, I won't say the name, but I sort of said, so, what about a big hand for our contestant? And she goes away with, and I listed all the gifts I bought her. Applause?
It's sort of impressive.
That sounded like very male applause to me. We're going.
Well done, Frank. Now, Room 101 is back on our televisions. This is your second series as host.
Yes.
And it started earlier tonight.
Yes.
Very good. And now, recently, I heard you talking about something. Is it box sets? Would you put them into Room 101?
Well, I have a problem with people... what happened? I was having a conversation with a couple of friends, and they were saying, have you seen Homeland? The new... Oh, God, this week's episode of Homeland is absolutely knockout. And that's this... I didn't... And I said, I've really got into Merlin just lately. And that was the response I got. And I thought, well, why is that not cool? And Homeland is so super cool because it's an American... No disrespect, but it's because it's American. So I do get annoyed. You say something and people say, oh, it's like that episode of Seinfeld, isn't it, when blah, blah... And
Yeah, that is...
no, it isn't. It isn't like that. It's like that episode of Merlin, when Morgana corrupted Guinevere.
Have you haven't done Room 101, have you?
I haven't,
What
no.
would be top of your list?
Oh, gosh.
Chat your host to bring up your music?
Yes. Or make me sing my music.
No, I didn't do that.
That is nice.
No.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. All forms of sentimentality. I don't know.
Wow, whoa!
That's quite
a big
deep.
one. Yeah.
It's a bit deep.
But no, you mean schmaltziness.
Yeah.